All right, now we want to get you to the Middle East, where Egypt is set to put forward its vision for the future of Gaza at an Arab League summit in Cairo today. Countries in the region have been scrambling to come up with a counter-proposal to President Trump's plan for a U.S. takeover of the enclave. His suggestion that Gaza be cleared out and transformed into, quote, the Riviera of the Middle East, that has sparked outrage. CBS News foreign correspondent Debora Patta joins us now from Jerusalem with more on this. Deborah, what can we expect from today's meeting?
Well, Errol, President Trump's suggestion that the U.S. redevelop Gaza and resettle Palestinians has been widely criticized by many Arab countries as effectively ethnic cleansing. So this summit is intended to come up with a united Arab response that offers an alternative by making Gaza habitable again and ensuring statehood for Palestinians. It's going to focus on how to rebuild the territory, how to establish a path to a two-state solution, which isn't spoken of very much these days. But the question remains, of course, who's going to foot the bill? The UN, Errol, has said it will cost in the region of $50 billion.
And Deborah, over the weekend, Israel blocked the delivery of aid into Gaza in a move to pressure Hamas into signing what's being described as a new U.S. ceasefire proposal. Tell us about that and where things stand on the existing ceasefire.
Well, essentially, Errol, the ceasefire hangs by a thread. Negotiations for a second phase should be underway, discussing the withdrawal of Israeli troops from Gaza, a permanent truce and the release of all the remaining hostages. Instead, Israel has backed this UN proposal to delay talks on ending the war, but still allow half of the remaining hostages to be freed right away. Now, Hamas has said that this is not what was originally agreed to. And as you mentioned over the weekend, Israel stopped all humanitarian aid into Gaza, with Egypt and Qatar saying that essentially they're wielding the weapon of starvation. And as you can imagine, hostage families are very worried about the safe return now of their loved ones still being held in Gaza. And Palestinians living in Gaza are terrified that they're going to return to the days of war when there was rampant hunger. Errol.
So, Deborah, it sounds like what you're reporting is that the fact that these negotiations, the ceasefire itself, is still hanging by a thread, really doesn't help Palestinians or Israelis who are already still reeling emotionally from what this war has brought.
Absolutely, on both sides. There's despair, there is anger, there's deep frustration. Hostage families are out protesting again. They have accused Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of abandoning the captives and very worried that with the ceasefire being derailed, it's going to once again put a spoke in the wheels of their loved ones returning home. There was even violence in the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, as guards used force to prevent bereaved families and relatives of hostages from watching a debate on probing the October 7 attack. And for Palestinians who are still living, remember, many of them in makeshift tents and the rubble and the ruin of Gaza, this too is a terrifying and uncertain future.
Yeah, an important reminder. Debora Patta in Jerusalem, just past 2:16 in the afternoon there. Deborah, thank you.